My name is Evans Exaud. I'm the founder and executive director for Liberty Sparks. I was born in a family who believe in business. My mom used to sell banana. My picture is standing in the front of the window that's on the shop selling things. So I grew up understand business as the key to growth. I was born in a very poor community, and I think it's very necessary this sort of community to be prosper, to have all the opportunity to regain their dignity. If you want someone to get his kids to get a good school, to get good health, then economic freedom is a key. Coming from a country where people are still very poor, it's one of the challenging part for me. And Tanzania is listed among the in the third category in the World Economic Freedom Index. Poverty is one of the major challenges in Tanzania and Uganda and Kenya as well. Specifically in Tanzania, we still have over 14 million people living in poverty. Them live on $1 a day. If I'm speaking of $1 a day, it's a bit challenging. Someone might not having just a simple 1 meal a day. There is a lot of challenges that limits our people to prosper. For me, it's the way that the government stand in front of the people when it's coming to exchange. So a number of regulations that have been established in most of the countries in Africa, including Tanzania, have been the major reason for people not to prosper. And that have been the major reason for the challenges that we have with the country. When you put a number of taxes and a number of regulations, a number of procedures for someone, for example, to start a business, or a number of procedure for someone to trade across borders, then automatically you limit someone to go formal, and at the same time you limit someone to go extra mile and get profit out of the business that is conducting. So a number of challenges on regulations that we have, and I think this is where most of the African countries, including Tanzania, should focus on, to remove a sort of regulation that increase the time, increase the cost, and also increase the procedure. The more you put the procedure, the more you push people not to go formal and instead go informal. And this is why we still have a lot of business that operating informally, especially on the business across borders. The Liberty Sparks was founded out of believing that the community, need to be listened, be supported. Read a book by Iron Land. It's called The Philosophy. The belief that Iron Land has was, you cannot start by changing everyone. At least you can stand the communities that you're living. And for me, to change Africa, then there should be something done in Tanzania. We understand the main challenge for people not to prosper. It's a sort of regulations that we have in our countries. When we started we started to think on how we can engage a larger community of Tanzania, and then we started by forming the working groups. So we have two working group currently. And one working group focus on business, and the second one focus on property rights. So the one on business involve a number of organizations that have been operating since then in Tanzania. For example, an organization dealing with women's, organization dealing with trade on transport, organization dealing with banking, organization dealing with the organization of private sectors organization. We have a team of researchers that usually go deep into conducting research and meeting the working group and buying the ideas from them as well, and come up with the complete report that we've been sharing with the Member of Parliament. So we have met a Member of Parliament, and we've been engaging the Member of Parliament and the ministry in the country together with the media, so that all the the solutions that we want to see in our community could be, taken into consideration. And we have achieved a number of reforms, and specifically in the area of business and in trade as well. A number of NTBs, for example, between Kenya and Uganda have been removed. A number of NTB between Kenya and between Nairobi, Kenya and Tanzania has been removed. A number of NTB between Tanzania and Uganda has been removed, and the same case in Burundi. We advocated for, go online and having one-stop centers for people to register business. We still continue to make sure that Tanzania is becoming safer for business. More people are getting an opportunity, to go into business and be able to, support their family. I had a discussion with a lady from Zambia, and we went there for the trainings to the border of Zambia. It's called Tunduma. And after the training, 2 weeks after, those officials from Zambia started to do a sort of trainings to the local business in the community. When I contacted her, and she told me that a number of business now are coming to register their business and do business between, to move forward from Tanzania to Zambia. And this is one of the big achievements. The people from Zambia now have an opportunity to come to Tanzania and do business formally and not informally as they used to. This is a huge opportunity because Tanzania is serving a number of countries in East Africa, including Zambia, Malawi, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya. So a story like this, it's one of the best achievements that now we have facilitated the easiest of trade between Zambia and Tanzania. I felt very bad that most of the students in our colleges do not understand the agreements, the African Continental Free Trade Areas. So through the IATP, this was possible. And so IATP support have facilitated projects that have been very useful to the youth and also to the women in my country. When we are speaking of cross-border business, free trade, you are speaking of access of goods that people need. When you allow the free trade, then you support a sort of competitions within the country. The more there is a competition, the more the ease of goods comes within the country, the more people are served with what they want. Free trade brings choice within the country. You can have a choice to choose what you want now and what you should consume. Free trade, it's all about choice, and giving people choice, that it's an opportunity for life. Advocating for free trade, it's one of the major solutions for me and for African countries, and it's a major solution for poverty. Liberty Park's future looks more like more growth, more prosperity. That's what we want to see. A normal person, a normal individuals who are living in poverty right now should be someone in the future.